Yo, what is happening, ladies and gentlemen? This is your Captain Mercury Aviation here, and I just wanted to say Happy New Year to all of you out there, and I hope you guys have made memories in 2024 and will continue to make more memories in 2025. So yeah, today we're going to be revisiting moments that I've already done. Well, I wouldn't say moments, but trips that I've already went that year, and afterwards we'll probably do the New Year's resolutions and then give you guys my plans of what I'm going to be doing in 2025 as well. So yeah, most of the clips that you're going to be seeing are going to be videos that are going to be uploaded in 2025. So stay tuned for that. Notifications, make sure you turn them on. I was planning on getting up to 500 subscribers, but I didn't succeed in that. So yeah, I mean, like I said, thank you for the support, for getting me up to almost 450 subscribers. So hopefully, you know, by this year, maybe by the end of this, 2025, we will get up to, like, let's say 1k subscribers. It just depends on my dedication and depends on the time I put in to that channel as well. Anyways, without no further faffing, let's get straight into it. By starting off at Palma, where I'll be heading over to the A gate where most UK, US and Irish flights depart out of, including my flight, Ryanair 9186 back to Dublin. It was scheduled to leave at 11:15, however the delay pushed it back to 20 minutes, which is okay for me as I have plenty of time to kill for some sushi.
Alright, so here I am, Palma de Mallorca. I'm gonna try out sushi again. This time it's salmon. Yeah, so I'm gonna try it with the chopsticks. I'm at the chopsticks, but I'm just gonna give it a try anyway.
As I opened the pack, I went to split the chopsticks, which turned out to be a disaster. So I had to get another one.
That's for nothing.
While I get my chopsticks, I want you guys to like this video right there, slam that subscribe button, hit the notification bell if you guys will be notified to more of my uploads, and yeah, stay tuned.
Oh, lovely, alright. Gladly, I'm not going to go to Japan. I mean, I'm going to go to Singapore, but
Che, I'm going in 2026.
I have to learn how to pick this. Oh no.
Oh God, will you calm down?
I'm tough. At first I thought it was frustrating, but now I'm kind of getting used to it.
No, I wasn't.
Don't piss me off. Don't try to make life harder for me. Easy. Best sushi on this. In Spain, but I've never had a bad sushi experience, you know what I mean? Tastes good. I yammed everything.
On the 28th of March, myself and my mother went back to Stockholm after 11 years of not being there. I flew on the second MAX flight there, and Ryanair slammed away in good hands. Jesus. It was a rocky start as I lost my phone in the cab on the way to the hotel, which was long for me as I had plans to go to Denmark and try out Norwegian Airlines to Copenhagen and Scandinavian Airlines back to Stockholm. I had lost hope and patience in the process to the point where I had to cancel both flights. In the next few days, I gallivanted the city and went spotting at both airports, being Bromma and Arlanda, and let me say it was brutally cold. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, my hands were turning into mannequin. I literally could not feel my hands. It was so numb. I had to actually pour water on my hands just to get my hands in full motion. Do you get what I'm trying to say? The video will be uploaded in March. Fast forward to the 21st of May, I flew over to Amsterdam on the Ryanair to board my first midliner flight with Air Europa down south to Madrid. I had to sprint to get to my gate, which I was gladly on time. Although I had a rough start because as we were pushing back out of the gate, I crashed out. And I'll explain why when the video comes out, but all I can say is that myself and my phone weren't in good terms. Not this one, the one recording right in front of me, which is the 14 Pro. Otherwise, flight was alright, seats were great, albeit cramped, and it was nice flying on the midliner for once. Especially with those dim windows that you would just be able to dim up and down. You get what I'm trying to say? I mean, listen, it's fun to play with, but it's not practical in my opinion. The video will be up in February of 2025. After landing at Madrid, I then transferred from Terminal 2 to Terminal 4 to board my first A360 flight with Iberia. It was a rough start again, as there were delays in boarding and even just staying on the ground, and it's mainly due to the fact that maybe they had something going on with the aircraft. I think the A350, I'm not sure if that aircraft is old, but I think that may be a factor. However, we got off the ground and we set off into the air. I was initially booked to set at 14 Lima, however they put me at 35 Lima, which is literally on the wing. I will explain what the heck went with that Iberia Airlines, because they really done me dirty with that one, I ain't gonna lie to you. Overall, the flight was alright regardless of the unresponsive IFE and the lack of tail cam. Great stuff, Iberia. Anyways, the video will be out in January. After touching down at Heathrow, I then stayed at Terminal 5 and went to explore a few satellite concourses while charging my phone throughout the trip. The last time I flew on the UK flag carrier was back in 2017, and it was truly disappointing. I was curious to see if they have improved, and they did, with yet another disappointment. Their lack of communication led to me being the last person boarding my flight, and oh yeah, to make matters worse, my ride home was on the dreaded A320neo. Yeah, I've heard stories about this one, and yeah, looking at these seats, they look like the seats that you would see on EasyJet's A320neo, and yeah, nah, I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't gonna hold you. It ain't worth it. Well, maybe for a 40-minute flight it was kind of worth it, I'm not entirely sure. The upside was that the cabin crew were very welcoming, even when they've noticed that I was late. Overall, the flight was nothing too memorable. Video will also be uploaded in January. Anyways, my ride back to Dublin has arrived at the gates. As the registration is Echo India Echo Victor Tango, I'm going to name this one Everett, as the aircraft and the name are both Irish. This 737-800 is a he/him and is 12 years of age, who had his first flight on the 4th of September 2012. This aircraft is fitted with the old comfy seats. What I like. Anyways, time to board through the jet bridge for the second time after Stockholm.
Not gonna lie, why does this feel like I'm boarding a Lagos flight? Look at this queue, it's already holding up. I've heard that when we get back to Dublin, that landing is hard, like proper hard. I don't care. I don't want a smooth land, just a hard land, proper Ryanair, traditional hard landing.
Let's not hope for that now, Murky. I know you're tired, but at least you made it to the aircraft, so be happy. Anyways, as I enter the cabin and make my way to my booked seat, which will be 9F.
The one thing I'm happy about
It's how clean this floor is compared to my last flight from Amsterdam. God damn.
I have to rate the cleaners for taking the time to properly cleaning up the cabin floors and seats. With that being said, enjoy the cinematics and the takeoff. So let's go back to July, which is the same month where the pilot strike occurred, as well as England having their moments in the knockout rounds. I flew over to Heathrow with the dreaded A320neo again, but with queer fungus. Reason why I went there is to attend my first in real life meetup with the Infinite Flight community. Getting there was rough as I had to spend 45 minutes looking for the line to get me to Hatton Cross. Yeah bro, I was really frustrated. Yeah, I don't know what Heathrow was smoking. They should have at least given us directions for us to find where the line was, but well, London is London. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If you don't know where you're going, you're cooked. Anyways, spotting there at Myrtle Avenue was great. Well, kind of. The weather wasn't the best in the first half as it rained throughout. It did clear up eventually and it got better from there as I spotted two 747s, United's 777 and Delta's special livery on their A330neo. Overall, it was a great experience. Got to meet Dan for the first time and met other members throughout the event. Oh yeah, got 2 key rings from him. Sound lad. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm not even sure if I have the key rings. But yeah, it was 2. I showed it on Instagram there. Although this wasn't the last time we would see each other, because in August I flew back to Amsterdam for another meetup. As I deplaned my Ryanair flight, I decided to reconnect the massage chair once again. Afterwards, I gallivanted around the terminal and encountered Delta's new LA28 livery on the A3 Sexy, as well as China Airlines on the same aircraft. I then went over to Panorama Terrace at Landside and got to take a look at the Fokker 100 that KLM used to operate. Fast forward to noon, the IFC assembled at Panorama. I greeted Dan, got to meet Jason, and conversed with Cameron. 2 hours later, we went over to Polderban, which is runway 18 right and 36 left. The highlight aircraft I spotted was KLM's 777 on the updated Orange Pride livery. Overall, very chill experience. It was nice to reunite and meet new faces from the community and converse with Dan, Cameron, and Jason, except for Laura. Yeah, I couldn't bring myself to introduce and discourse with her about the Air France A220 seat bookings, which leads me to my next trip. Early morning, I took my first flight on the A220 out to Paris with Air France, and the aircraft was quiet on takeoff, especially when sitting beside the engine. Seats were nice and comfy, the snack they freely served to us was actually good, along with the Wi-Fi on board, which was alright, you know what I mean, did the job that needed to do, you know what I mean? Overall, first flight was smooth. During my stay, I first went to the Eiffel Tower and climbed through 2 floors all the way up to the summit, which is the top of the Eiffel Tower, in case you guys don't know. Then went back down and traveled to Arc de Triomphe. After getting all the angles from this attraction, I then went over to the Louvre and got some nice shots there. I mean, look at my beautiful face. Me in the shades, looking absolutely sexy. God damn. If the girls come through, hey, my number is in the description. My Instagram's down there. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Anyways, alright, calm down. I headed back to the airport to receive my physical boarding pass and tried out the lounge, and it was great. The variety of food was present, including the appetizers, which I became an addict of. Anyways, boarded my second flight home, departed on time, and had 2 free meal choices, being chicken and the cheese later on. As we approached towards the runway, we had to deal with heavy winds to the point where the pilots decided to go around. It was actually nice to experience that type of procedure and encounter the city of Dublin down below. On the second attempt, the pilot did a great job fighting through those winds, and Ryanair slammed our way down to the runway along with a round of applause from the passengers. Overall, the trip was fun and will be documented on this channel in January. Meanwhile, at flight 9186, we had to deal with a bumpy ride of our own as there was moderate turbulence over France. I was sleeping with my headphones on, listening to a 10-minute ebook gig until that very annoying thing disturbed the heck out of me. Gladly, the pilot step climbed at 36,000 feet to 38,000 feet, and as that happened, we encountered a few places in western France. I couldn't quite make out whether this is La Rochelle or Nantes. Let me know down below in the comments. Anywho, let me take you back where just a couple of hours later, I took my queer fungus flight out to Frankfurt after 12 years since I last transited there. After touchdown, I first went to the visitors terrace at Terminal 2 and spotted there. Shortly after, I hopped on a people goer to transport myself to Terminal 1, took a shuttle bus over to the stop where I would then continue my walk over to the next spot at the North Runway. And yeah, It was underwhelming. I returned back to the airport and popped into the visitor center, which is the one I was really looking for. I then looked around and tried out the firefighting simulator until I finally got to the marshalling simulator, where I got 5 stars out of 5 in one take after 2 failed attempts. Immediately after, I flew my first and last 757 flight with Condor, and it was amazing. Seats were spacious, and the RB211 engines were insanely loud as hell during takeoff. Service was nice, with the food tasting delicioso. And as we touched down in Palma, I finally got my chance to get a cockpit visit, which I came out chuffed as hell.
Bruv, man's chuffed.
And here we are, ready for approach at my home airport for the last time in 2024. And yeah guys, 2024 has been an amazing year. I really enjoyed 2024. I really enjoyed traveling in 2024. It was great. You know, I think I've been on 10 flights so far, and yeah, I really did enjoy every bit of it. I mean, I wouldn't say every bit of it because there were times where I did crash out, but again, that will be explained in the next when the video comes out. Those 2 trips that I went to were uploaded recently, so if you guys want to actually check it out, it's going to be in the top right hand corner, or you might just go into the descriptions and check those 2 videos out as well. So yeah, I mean, I did enjoy just flying on different aircrafts that are completely new to me, airlines that are completely new to me, and to destinations that I've never been to. I mean, I didn't really have time to explore Madrid properly, but hopefully maybe when I go to Spain or even Madrid, maybe fly with Aer Lingus or Ryanair, or try Iberia or Air Europa. I might even see what the airport is really about. I like the architecture of the airport itself, of Madrid Barajas. I think it's Terminal 4 as well, so yeah. Now, on to my New Year's resolutions and plans. Alright, so I'm gonna keep it short and brief. So first, I'm going to connect with God an awful lot more, just praying to God on a consistent basis, whether it's morning, night, evening, or dawn, wherever time of the day I pray, it's going to be on Him. I'm just gonna keep going towards Him. People are gonna think, oh, God is this, God is that. Some people are atheists, so again, I don't know why you would judge a person who is religious enough to be praying to a God up there that is out here to protect the world, create new people, new beings. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I also do plan on continuing to stay fit and healthy, you know, do some more boxing pads. You know, I've done it in the summer and I really love doing it again, so I do plan on doing more of it. And also, you know, eating healthy, because it's very important to just eat healthy, you know, doing ketos or even carnivore diets, protein, stuff like that. You know, just keeping away of the ultra processed foods, the nonsense foods that we normally eat for, let's say, a treat. I mean, these type of foods, very healthy, work out healthy, you know, good for your mental, good for your physical, gets you away from all the stupid sicknesses that we normally see in around the world that, yeah, takes away a lot of people. Yeah, I do plan on driving a car. You know, driving a car is very important, you know, especially in a country like Ireland. You really have to drive. If you're in America, same thing, you have to drive as well. There is no trains. If it's in London, there's trains. It could take you from one place to another. You just need to translate. All you need to do is transfer from one line to another and you're good to go. But with Dublin, for example, yeah, you're gonna have to take a train. You can't even rely on public transport because it will take 6 years for them to come through to you. So yeah, and it woke me up when in Christmas Eve I was stranded at the airport for 2 hours because the bus times were closed at 9, so I had to, you know, stand there, call my mom, and she suggested to take a cab, and yeah, I paid 121 euros for it. Damn! I had to pay the extra amount, making up to 135 euros.
Hey bro, come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
I have my driving lessons booked, which will be starting on the 6th of January, so I'm pretty excited to actually see what the driving lessons is going to be like. I'm also going to be planning on picking up an instrument, more specifically a piano. Ever since the new Emirates boarding theme song, I said, you know what, let me replicate it on the piano. I've been using flats and it's going well. I haven't been using flat for a while, but I'm going to continue to use flats to notate some music so I can be able to play it on the piano. Other plans for the new year is to possibly get up to 1,000 subscribers by making a new series on Infinite Flight which involves the Max and trips that will be uploaded as well. So trips that I've already mentioned and possibly the future trips, which I do plan on going to Paris, back to Paris for the Paris Air Show, just to see what the experience is like, and also attend the Infinite Flight meetup, which could possibly be in Zurich, Los Angeles, and many other places. I'm actually happy that Zurich won the meetup because I've never been to Zurich and I really would love to see what the city and the airport is like. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Hope you guys have a nice new year. Wish you all the best, and I'll see you a lot in the next one. Take care.